Everybody, I'm Giancarlo Caltabiano. Felicia couldn't be here today, so I'll be flying solo. Today we're looking at a game called the Peptide by John Coveyou. And there's a funny little story with this one. John and I did a correspondence and he wanted to know what was the update of the review. So I told him I'm going to be doing Peptide fairly quickly coming up. Unfortunately, there was a little typo and I wrote Peptide. So I want to be sure that he knew that there was not going to be a guy named Pepe doing the Tide Challenge. Although that would be fun, we don't have the budget to hire a guy named Pepe to do the Tide Challenge. Peptide is, literally, a compound consisting of two or more amino acids linked in a chain. But we're here to talk about the game, which, in essence, is to create a peptide chain and have the most victory points when the stop codon card is drawn from the amino acid deck. Game here is set. Random elements being the shuffled decks, obviously, removed cards depending on the number of players as listed here, and where the stop codon card is shuffled in the last 4 cards. Each game round consists of 2 phases, organelle selection and then organelle resolution. In the first phase, the first player will deal 2 cards per player from the organelle deck, grouping same type if they wish. Starting with her and moving clockwise, each player will choose an organelle card, placing it face up in front of them, and then repeat the process until each player selects it twice. Instead of taking a card, a player can alternatively take an organelle card and place it face down, which will make that player gain an ATP or energy token in the second phase. Or they can decide to take the first player marker, but only if it hasn't already been done this round. When all players have selected twice, we move on to organelle resolution. Starting with the current first player and going clockwise, players resolve all their organelle cards in any order they choose. As stated, the face down ones will give the owner an energy token. The others will produce various effects, like gaining energy token, gain RNA cards, collect amino acid cards by drawing 2 and keeping 1 for 2 energy, or add them to your peptide chain for 1 energy token and the required RNA cards. Let's look at this last one closer. You'll at some point gain amino acid cards with this card, and you'll want to start adding them to your chain to score victory points. You'll do so by having some ribosome organelle cards. You'll play an energy and place the amino acid card face up on your chain with the matching RNA cards underneath. The ribosome can also be used to make the leftmost face up amino acid card in your chain permanent by paying 1 energy and flipping it face down. When doing so, you'll discard the RNAs used and take the topmost bonus point card, if any. We'll discuss how face up or permanent amino acid cards score in your chain when we go to final scoring. On your turn, you also have optional actions you can take for energy tokens to give yourself more options. For 1 energy token, you can reset the RNA field, 2 energy tokens to reset the remaining organelle field, and 3 energy tokens will have you immediately select a second organelle card when choosing your first during the organelle selection phase. Useful when there's only one type of card and you really want it. When the stop card is revealed, place it in the middle so all players know this will be the second to last round. When that second round is done, we go to final scoring. Permanent amino acid cards will score you VPs as listed here. Non-permanent ones added to the chain will score you half the value rounded up. Add any bonus cards to this total. Now, amino acid cards in your hand that you have the matching RNA cards are worth 1 VP each. But any others that you do not have the full matching RNA cards are worth -1 point penalty. Players with the most points wins. So as you may know by now, Genius Game makes games with a biology theme. There are the 3 we know of, being covalence, virulence, and cytosis. I will say that I really feel they got the theme with the mechanics very well melded in this one. You're building a peptide chain with the required RNA and organelle. But more than this, I love the layer this game has, which again suits the theme. Layers not only in getting what you need, but in when to spend the energy token to refresh the fields, energy token management, and when to forego an organelle card to become first player so you get dibs on the bonus card. So tactically, this one is strong and has a strong sense of strategy as well. Sure, there's a little luck with what cards come out from whichever decks, but there's a fair amount of mitigation as well, so I'm awarding it a pro point. Artwork is fine as well as components for a half a point each, and pacing is really fine as well, but I do believe the magic number for this one is 4, as it's a little long at 5 and not as much fun at 2. That said, great player interaction at all numbers. Interesting little title with lots of big pros in this one. I'm awarding Peptide an 8 out of 10. Subscribe now to our channel to stay in the loop. If you like our work, help us continue by sharing the channel to your gaming group. Thanks for watching and happy gaming.